zone.
I'm
Touchdown.
yeah.
This time with a lot of time. Was that ball intercepted? It was!
Hello everyone and welcome to Shields Field here at MSUM's Alex Nemzik Stadium for a brand new show called The Dragon Way. I'm John Webby Webking. The Dragon Way is all about the path of Dragon football to recent success under head coach Steve Lockway, but also the process and culture of the program behind the scenes. We'll break down some of the most important home games in the Lockway era and then add brand new commentary from Coach Lockway, assistant coaches, and we'll even bring back some featured alumni for a perspective into the program like never before. Before we begin, we have to thank our loyal and committed sponsors that make all of this possible and encourage all of you sitting at home to do business with them to help the Dragon community grow. Affinity Plus, Federal Credit Union, Bell Bank, Brand Folk, BSN Sports, Buffalo Wild Wings, Bite Speed, Courtyard by Marriott, Herbert & Gerbert's, Forum Communications, Gate City Bank, Matt Bus, Microtel and Travelodge, Midco, Papa John's, Pepsi, Richard's Transportation, Rustica, SANFORD Health, Shields, SCHUCK's Bus Service, Spicy Pie, State Farm Agent David Eggers, TAC Music Venue, Travel Incorporated, and of course, Minnesota State University Moorhead. Once again, thank you to all of the sponsors that make this possible. And again, we encourage all of you sitting at home to support them as well so we can all grow together. Now, it's time for the show. Let's send it to your host in the virtual world, Steve DeStatio.
Thank you, Webby, and welcome to the Dragon Way. I'm your host, Steve DeStatio. A quick reminder to those of you watching live on WDAY Extra or the Dragons Digital Network, open up your MSUM Dragons app and then open up the Dragon Way event to check in right now for rewards points. And if you hit the trivia button, you can play our show-specific Midco trivia game for extra bonus points. Play along live with the Dragon app while you watch the Dragon Way. Tonight, we watch the Dragons try to make the Mineral Water Bowl for the first time and a victory against St. Cloud, a team they had not beaten since 1983. Let's say hello to head coach Steve Lockway, assistant coaches Wade Youngbloom and Abe Rorick, and our two special guests, former quarterback Bryce Meal and former D-back DeAndre Taylor. Bryce, tell the good folks what you've been doing.
I live in Mapleton, North Dakota now, and I'm working for a company called Legendary Capital in Fargo as an accountant and just living life.
DeAndre, tell me some good things.
So right now I'm back in school, grad school at UMary here in Fargo, getting my doctorate, occupational therapy. Just kind of hanging out here in West Fargo. Nothing really much.
They're not men of many, many words, but they were large contributors on the football field. Tell us about these guys a little more in depth.
They obviously, they made their impact on the field, but I think they both had significant impacts off the field as well. Look at, DeAndre was a captain for us, a guy that, I thought did a phenomenal job of holding his teammates accountable to a standard. And he was always raising the bar and wanting us to be better as a team, wanting himself to be better, wanting the defensive unit to be better, wanting the entire team to be better. And when guys didn't show up with the energy and the juice or the focus or the execution, he was on them and he let them know, and he wasn't afraid of confrontation. He wasn't afraid of those difficult conversations that pushed people out of their comfort zone and got them to, push themselves to achieve the things they wanted to achieve. I think, Bryce's story is just one of complete resiliency of, a ton of, crazy injuries that he had to battle through and come back from. And, then he gets and he plays and he gets hurt and he's out and he gets another opportunity. And I think, you know, you look at what he did in this game, you know, the week before, huge game against Bemidji, but he played through an injury that he got on the first drive. And then, you know, this game, he shows, I think, the heart of a champion and the heart of, you know, what was deep down inside of him as a person, as a competitor. I think, you know, our program and our training, I think hopefully helped bring some of that out of him. I think Coach Anderson, you know, pushed him to a level in training to find that deep spot, that dark spot that a lot of people maybe don't ever find. And I think he found that. You could see that in the game. He got himself to that point. He was able to play through a pretty, you know, painful injury and played a great football game for us.
Dragon fans know why this game is number one in your era and in recent memory for a million different reasons. You tell us why this game is number one as far as the Dragon Way.
Well, you know, for us, obviously, this is the biggest game that's been, you know, on a Dragon football field, and I don't know how long in November. You know, there weren't very many relevant games, so to say, in November. You know, but you look at this one as far as the Dragon Way, it's, you know, you've got to have belief. You know, this was a find a way game, right? It's whatever, below zero wind chill, you know, but in spring ball, we practice on Tuesday, Thursday mornings at 5:15 a.m. So to be honest, it wasn't a lot colder than a lot of those days that we practiced. And did we sure as heck draw on those experiences? Absolutely, we did. You know, I feel that our training led us to this moment. And then we had the moment and we capitalized on the moment. And I think that's the exciting thing about when you go through a process, the process is ultimately to lead you to an end, to a moment. And the lights turned on and they shine bright in this moment. And you know what? We rose to that occasion and we answered the bell and had ourselves a great day and a great day for the football program, the community, the campus.
All right, for the final times, we set the ground rules. I have zero input once again, but each of you get to select one play to highlight in the game. It could be any time, anything. Coach Lockway will pick his play of the game, grab some hot cocoa and grab a blanket. It's going to be cold out there. Here's the first quarter of what we call the Snow Bowl, sponsored by Midco. Let's go.
You're right, Steve. This was the coldest game I've been involved in my entire life, and I grew up 20 minutes from Canada. So I've played a lot of high school games, coached a lot of games, college games. No doubt the coldest game ever. I don't know if you guys can feel your hands or not, but it seemed like prime real estate around the heaters during every single timeout or quarter break.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely cold, and the heaters on the sideline, I think most of us were more concerned with warming up than actually lighting ourselves on fire. Because I know there were a few gloves that got melted in the process of this game.
Oh, for sure, mine did. Especially the surgical gloves underneath the gloves. I took my glove off at halftime and saw that it was melted. I was like, well, that was from the heaters. But nah, man, it was probably one of the coldest, definitely the coldest game I played in. I've always wanted to play in a snow game, but not like this. This is not the way I want to do it, but it happened.
I remember Bryson told me at one point, you were like, if you're going to call a pass, you've got to do it within the first few plays of the series, because after that, I can't feel my hands.
Yeah, obviously, I had sprained my shoulder the week before this. Didn't throw a ball all week. First time I threw a ball was after I'd gotten a shot in my shoulder pregame. Felt pretty good inside, but then got outside. It cooled off a little bit and wasn't great to start.
I just remember your first pass in warm-ups went about 3.5 yards.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
I wasn't very confident as a coach watching our quarterback throw the ball like that. I was like, oh no, we got no shot.
It was like every play for me, I take my hands out for a snap, put them right back in as soon as the play was over. It was that calm.
Yeah.
I mean, me and Jerry were talking on the sideline, like, can you feel your hands? Like, hell no, I can't feel my hands. Can you feel your hands?
I think the worst had to be football cleats have like nothing to them. It's almost like being in your stocking feet in the snow. Like that had to have been the worst.
Yeah. Toes numb.
That spring ball, like I think you mentioned it in the opener. Like I remember we talked as coaches, and I'm pretty sure it was like 10 practices that were below zero of our 15 practices that spring. The spring ball right before this, so we definitely had.
Don't took a hit on that one. Don't took a hit.
Collision.
He had himself a good game. He had himself a good senior year.
Right.
They should have scored on that.
Yeah.
He dodged a bullet or two.
Scored on that one.
Weren't expecting to pass on fourth.
Oh, was not.
Free play.
Surprised you could get it that far, honestly.
I am too. There's a few of those where I don't know what I was thinking. Just throw the heck out of it.
Bryce, you know, the older you get, you got to let that legend grow about how bad your shoulder really was.
Right. I mean, yeah, my shoulder, I couldn't lift it at all. And this game was 30 below. And a few years later, it'd be 50 below. And absolutely.
Yeah, I think it might have actually been severed and just hanging by one ligament.
Yeah.
So, nothing a little athletic tape can't fix.
Yep. Yeah, just keep handing it off to Simons.
Yep.
Kind of got to start the feel of like the first team to score a touchdown was going to be in a really good place as this quarter was going.
Thank goodness the defense played great in the first quarter. You know, the offense got two turnovers, terrible field position. You know, especially they're going into the win, so they're just like, in a tough spot there. And in fact, the second quarter isn't setting up for success either. So
sure looked like they took it back on that.
That was our ball.
Yeah,
that was our ball, man. I don't know what happened.
I don't know how Sal didn't end up with it.
Well, I thought he had it.
Yeah, it's like he has it right there, and then
somehow
Right
now
there.
he doesn't have it. Brand thinks he's got it.
flexing.
Flexing in the camera right there. There you go. Take a look at the first quarter stats presented by Midco Coach, and I think it's pretty fair to say that these numbers weren't unexpected considering the conditions. Yeah, you know, you look at the stats. Obviously, that's an ugly game. I think the most glaring one, obviously, is two turnovers. That's a killer. You know, turnover margin wins and loses games, and that's not a great way to start. And so, you know, obviously, offensively, we'd like to be playing better, but defensively, the fact that we held to that field goal was huge. And I say, as bad as that was, you know what? That you take that walking out of the first quarter and say, "Whew, thank goodness." Yeah, I've gotten 2 years, and I finally get to ask you, probably because we're doing this. When you knew maybe a couple days before it was going to be like this, do you change your game plan, especially offensively, at all? Well, we had about 3 different game plans because we didn't know if Bryce was going to be able to play. He didn't practice. So we had a call sheet for Bryce. We had a call sheet for the backup quarterback. And then we had a call sheet if Simons was going to be the guy that we needed to go with. So we kind of had 3 plans. I don't know if any of them were super great, you know, but you know, at the end of the day, players made plays and bailed us out of it. Maybe this segment is brought to you by the number 3. 3-0 St. Cloud State leads it. End of the first quarter here on the Dragon Way.
What can be done today to create a better way of life? We can end hunger, homelessness, and violence. Acts of kindness, compassion, and teamwork bring us together and keep our community safe. Every day at Gate City Bank, we're building a better tomorrow and a better way of life.
When you get a news membership, you get all access. What does all access mean? For one low subscription rate, you can read and view all of the 20+ Forum Communications news brands, including exclusive members-only live streams and virtual events. Simply become a member to get all your local and regional news from all of our online news sites, e-papers, apps, and more. Discover the benefits of All Access membership today.
this, with all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Papa John's papadillas for just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Welcome back to the Dragon Way. I'm Steve DeStacio. Here's quarter number 2 of the Snowball game presented by Midco. Let's go.
They give it to Lewis.
Oh, Webby, you got to run this one back. This is my one play. So I picked this play here. The defense, we had been holding strong in the first quarter. We're kind of got our backs against the wall. We don't want to get down early. And this was just a big play, a testament of the guys that we just had to say, you know what, kind of, a big play for us to just say, you're not just going to power it down on us all day. We're going to 4th down. We got 3-4 guys in on the tackle. We end up barely stopping them, but then, the celebration, you see Matt Show giving like the big Tiger Woods go at it there at the end. So that part of it, is the stuff that everybody misses, celebrating together, making big plays on 4th down when we need it as a team. So that's why I picked this one.
And you had to bring up Tiger Woods, the never-ending controversy in the quarterback room about if Tiger Woods is better than.
Yeah, you know what week it is.
Yep.
Back to back.
Who won the last Masters? I can't remember. I don't know if any of you guys remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
This is the offense that Steve
It was Tiger Woods.
loves to put out.
A lot of excitement for a guy that hardly has won any majors in the last 8 years.
Except for the last one, right?
Well, one. You got guys that have won multiple and nobody even knows their name. I just don't understand it, but hey,
I know I'm cheering for Tiger this weekend.
Everybody likes the top 20 golfer instead of the winner, but whatever. We'll just say Bryce can win the argument and
In a hurry.
Well, it was everyone else against you.
Well, that's probably pretty close to accurate.
Kneel back. With some time. Throw short.
I never hang on to an argument that I lost and just admit defeat.
A line drive and it sails left. He really never got.
Well, not a good field goal, obviously there.
That kind of takes the wind out of the sails after a pretty decent drive.
Yeah.
Random thought. How do you guys feel like the camera operator felt up in that head?
Yeah.
I just saw that on that missed goal that you were talking about.
He's got Solberg.
Up there doing the
got heaters. They're up. They're up.
The towers. Oh yeah.
Especially the one on that end.
That was a great catch right there.
Yeah.
Off of that one-handed snap.
I couldn't grab it, so it was just kind of sitting there in my hand until I could get it to. I don't know if that was Zach or Denver, but.
I haven't had that. You guys were back there. Where you had to kind of one-handed.
Yeah. That's a big tackle.
We're bringing some blitzes here.
We blitzed a lot. We blitzed a lot this game.
Yep.
Hey, you might as well run into them before they get a run at you in this one.
Oh, Dre.
I was frustrated. As you can see, I was frustrated.
Hey, Dre, what's that go down in the grade sheet? What did Coach Blackmore?
+2, -1.
Missed opportunity.
Yep.
That would have been 6. That would have been to the house. I was not getting caught.
That would have been Coach Hunt.
I was not getting caught. I promise you.
Were you gonna lateral it to somebody?
He got tackled.
That was like a 20-yard run for me. That would have been easy.
He tackled you the way it was.
I would have caught it. It should have been caught.
Yeah.
You could have outrun him for 20 yards.
I can get on my saddle and get going.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, just thinking about, that kick though. Special teams were scary in this game. I mean, especially when you're snapping the ball, holding the ball, even punts and stuff. So, I mean, the field goal obviously is incredibly hard in this conditions, but then to be able to punt the ball, seems like both teams punted pretty well.
Yeah.
Honestly, my biggest concern was that quarterback running. I thought if they either let him or he decided to on some of those zone reads, we were going to be in trouble.
Right, and they started to, because I remember when we broke down this game film-wise, they hadn't ran him all year.
No.
He was a pretty decent athlete.
Yeah,
really good.
Defense held their own this game.
Right.
A lot of times the back against the wall, and we bended but didn't break.
Yeah.
And we knew coming in it was going to be like that.
Yeah, especially with the weather. We knew
with the weather, right?
Coach, there it is. Did it cross your mind when you were brushing the snow off your shoulder at halftime that 3-0? This might not go our way, or 3 points could be enough?
It was a little bit concerning. What I do remember about halftime, and I think it was some really good insight Coach Hunt just said at halftime. He said, Steve, you got to let go that this game is not going to look like a normal game where we can execute and make throws. This game is going to be ugly. We're going to have to play ugly. We're going to have to win ugly. And we're going to have to take ugly 3- and 4-yard gains consistently. And we're better than them. Just let it play out. And he almost kind of just said, let go of wanting it to look good as a coach and just let it be ugly. And, that was probably the best advice at halftime. And we tried to follow that. And I think in the second half, we did some of that, and we had to win with some pretty plays, but we went ugly. And obviously this first half was ugly. I just had to embrace it and lean into it offensively as a play caller.
6 uglies in one statement. That's got to be a Lockway record. All right, let's get away from ugly. I'm certainly not going to use it in this segue. Coming up is the Wade and Abe halftime show, where these mad men will have some fun with Mad Lib. You're watching The Dragon Way.
When you get a news membership, you get all access. What does all access mean? For one low subscription rate, you can read and view all of the 20-plus Forum Communications news brands, including exclusive members-only live streams and virtual events. Simply become a member to get all your local and regional news from all of our online news sites, e-papers, apps, and more. Discover the benefits of All Access membership today.
Hi, I'm Wade.
And I'm Abe.
We're joined by Bryce Meal and DeAndre Taylor, and this is the Wade and Abe halftime show, sponsored by B-Dubs. I like B-Dubs. Guys, what's your usual order at B-Dubs? Mine is, I don't know. I'm usually just going to go with however many wings I'm feeling with. The traditional. It's probably going to be a large. I'm not a small person, so probably going to be a large order. Mix up the flavors a little bit, get some ranch. What about you guys?
I'm typically a medium, honey barbecue, and Asian zing. Boneless. Got to go boneless.
traditional Asian zing, Parmesan garlic, and a nice little hot.
Ooh, okay. I'm just a honey barbecue boneless, and I gotta have the side of ranch. All right, Webby, you got us with this. We got some Mad Lib.
We're going to do the Dragon Way Mad Lib today, which is a little bit of a story. So here's what I did. I went back to the post-game press release of after this game against St. Cloud, and I took quotes and bits and pieces of it, and you guys are going to fill it back in with different words, nouns, and adjectives, and we're going to build a little bit of a story today. But put all that side out of your head. We're just going to come up with some words. So I'm going to ask you for a type of word. You're going to give it to me, and I'm going to plug it into the story. So the first word that I'm looking for is a noun, which is a person, place, thing, or idea. Anybody? I think I'm going to go around the horn and put everybody on the spot. So because of the way you're laid out on my screen, Abe, give me a noun.
Coach Lockway.
Oh, that's already starting decently.
Ain't that a proper noun?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be picky today.
I'm a math
not gonna be
major.
picky.
I don't know English.
Proper noun right there?
I need Wade for a plural noun, so multiple of something.
Something that ends in S.
Football field.
Multiple of something, Wade.
Like a lot of something.
Like wings.
Wow. Well, now that's all I'm thinking about is wings.
All right, we're gonna say wings because that's what I thought he was gonna say anyway.
Yeah.
Dre, give me another noun.
Balls. Footballs.
Good correction.
Oh, yeah.
All right, I need a job, folks. I need a job from Bryce. Bryce, give me a job.
Let's go coach.
Give me a different job.
Let's go newsman.
Newsman.
Solid.
All right. We are well over halfway done. I need another plural noun from Abe.
I'm gonna do pops, like Mountain Dews, like
soda pops.
Soda pops.
All right. Now I need an adjective, which is a descriptor, something that describes something. Wade.
I'm glad I didn't get this one.
Adjective, something that describes something.
Fire.
I'm going to say hot.
Okay.
That's an adjective. Fired is a noun.
It's been a long time since I've taken English.
Dre, I need 2 body parts. 2 of them.
Ear and pinky toe.
I thought you were gonna go with mustache. I don't know if that's a body part.
No backsies. All right,
That's
Bryce, don't get cocky. You have an adjective, sir. Description word.
Let's go feisty.
Feisty.
Ooh.
Very good. Last 2 words. Abe, I need a noun.
Okay, let's go a B-dubs. That's proper noun. I'm a big proper noun guy.
That's fine. And Wade, you get the last noun.
I
don't know who's doing better, you or Damon Gibson in this one.
Yeah. Let's go field.
I don't think Webby likes your answer.
It wasn't as fun as I was hoping. Let's read the story, gentlemen. This is the Coach Lockway Bowl Mad Lib. After beating St. Cloud State University for the first time since 1983, the Dragons will face the Wings in the Coach Lockway Bowl. The game is scheduled for December 1st in Football, Missouri. After the game, head newsman Steve Lockway said, "I'm proud of these soda pops. It was another hot effort." Assistant newsman Abe Rorick said, "It was so cold his ear almost froze off," and was proud about how quarterback Bryce Meal battled through an injured pinky toe to go 12 of 18 for 135 yards. The defense held up big, and they kept us in it with their feisty offensively, Lockway said. Finally, MSUM Dragon Football believes in the Dragon Way. Do what's right, find a way, keep getting better, and be a great B-Dubs. Our sponsor's going to be so happy. The team has a signal to remind themselves of the Dragon Way every time in the game when you see the Dragons hold up 4 fields. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Coach Lockway Bowl Mad Lib. Good job, everybody. We got through it. Way to go. Abe, take us home.
All right, that's it for the Wade and Abe halftime show sponsored by B-Dubs. The third quarter is coming up after this timeout.
Riddle me this, with all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Papa John's papadilla for just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car. And you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
In Moorhead, talk to State Farm agent Dave Eggers.
Affinity Plus definitely seems like a credit union that cares about people. I've always had a good time whenever I go into my branch. I feel like I laugh every time. Like if they came into a bar, right, then they would be like the friend that you want to introduce to everybody. I talk about this credit union all the time because I think it's just like a gift to the world, because with my experience in the past, this has been just indescribable.
What can be done today to create a better way of life? We can end hunger, homelessness, and violence. Acts of kindness, compassion, and teamwork bring us together and keep our community safe. Every day at Gate City Bank, we're building a better tomorrow and a better way of life.
Welcome back to the Dragon Way, and you know what? If you want more, you can have more. Coming soon to a town near you, the Wade and Abe Winter Caravan. Check MSUMDragons.com, except on the West Coast. Here's the third quarter of the 2018 St. Cloud State Snowball Fight, sponsored by Midco. Let's go.
The Wade and Abe Caravan, does that mean like me and you are just driving around the country now, making shows?
I'm sure somebody will show up. Like, your parents got to watch. I will say I'm crying laughing so hard again, so I really enjoy the Abe and Wade show.
Oh, you call it the Abe and Wade show. That's first.
The ball's caught up in the wing.
Just trying to create a little controversy. See how you guys battle.
Next fall, I don't know if I'll be any help during halftime. I might just
go up and go to the show.
No.
Seems legit. Yeah, now they're starting to run the quarterback.
They ran down on us fast. First drive, man.
Everybody got warmed up at halftime. They actually knew what the game was going to be like.
Little chicken broth.
Yeah.
Chicken broth at halftime.
You like that stuff? That was good stuff.
I did like that. It was warm. I couldn't wait to get to that.
It's hot chocolate and apple cider too, or is it just hot chocolate?
It was just hot chocolate and the chicken broth.
Lewis, straight ahead.
Guys weren't ready for that at halftime, though. We weren't
We
expecting
need
one
after
home
this. I
shot.
think we got on us like as a defense.
Into the end zone.
We definitely
Touchdown.
stepped it
A
up. We were not happy with this drive.
By St. Cloud State to start this
And we knew we were better too.
Has them up 9-0.
Yeah, this was
No way they was
scary.
marching down on us
Offensive
like that.
line
We weren't
did a
better than
great
that.
job this whole
We were
series.
pissed off.
Holding up, score stands 10-0.
Doesn't look very good at this
Huskies.
point, 10-0, you know.
No, not at all. We knew we needed to stop. We get the offense going.
That was a heck of a play by Grady.
Yeah, that was. How do you catch that out here?
Yeah.
Just came out from halftime. His hands were warm. You can feel them.
Right. That honestly might be true. He probably doesn't catch that.
Those were dry.
This was a key play coming up right after this.
No, they're gonna have to throw the
Because we almost lose it.
Neal in trouble.
So instead of being like 10 forever, we end up with a first and 10. That was a
One of the D linemen had some choice words for me after I threw that.
Protecting that ball with both arms.
Isn't it funny how you remember little things like that?
Yeah. Well, that was like the only time I trash talked after he said that in my entire career. So I remember it.
Bryce, you trash talking what?
One time.
You can't share what you said, huh?
No.
I want to hear this. It's not likely of you.
And 1.5. Simons. Looking for the first
This
down.
is awesome. There's nothing better than just shoving it right in there for the first down.
Inside the 25
He was something like 18 out of the 19 on 1 yard conversions.
Calling a shot.
Yeah, that was always the goal line play too.
Yep. 100% run all season.
Yeah.
Setting up a great play action pass.
Richter got it. Is he in?
Oh, Webby, you got to go back. That's my play. All right, I picked this play just because obviously coming out of half, St. Cloud kind of marched it down on us, got a score. So, you know, our offense, I'm sure, knew that they needed to come down and create an answer of their own. And this drive, we were able to kind of dink and dunk down the field here, and then throw a ball up to JR. And kind of the theme, you know, of the show is who the guy that's been playing that outside receivers come up with some big plays in big-time games. And, you know, here JR gets himself a nice little toe drag there in the snow, makes it easy for the refs to see he got a foot down and got us at the 1 yard line.
I'm not sure.
He couldn't even fall in the end zone to give me a touchdown.
Yeah,
it looked like you scored.
I'd be throwing the challenge flag if we had it on this. I don't know.
He could have reached and broke the pylon.
I didn't want to drop it.
Yep, you're right.
Phenomenal catch with that kind of temperatures.
Right.
Yeah. Not a bad throw either.
Running the Wildcat. Rolls into the end zone.
Webby, this is my play of the game right here.
They're on the board.
Quick follow-up right after Wade's play, but this is, you know, I think this is just pure toughness. It's 1 yard. You know, it's a challenge of, hey, can we get into the end zone? And we needed to answer, which we did. But I think the reason that I picked it is if you watch after he scores, how many guys are there to celebrate? And this, like, there's 11 guys right there. True, genuine excitement for your teammate, for the team, for the program. You know, even just watching it now, it gives me goosebumps again. And I watched it, you know, before this game to be ready for this video, and got the same thing, got the chills. You know, seeing guys celebrate with their roommates, their teammates, their best friends, people that are at weddings. I don't think it's any better than this.
Great awareness by Simo to take his hand warmer back from the St. Cloud D lineman.
Yeah, I'm surprised he gave it back. If I was that D lineman, I would have been like, heck no, this is mine now, buddy.
There's one guy that doesn't need a hand warmer, though. It's Zach Simons.
He wasn't with sleep that game, right?
Very special.
And throwing a pass all year, you didn't need one.
Right.
Hands off to Simons. He's going to get grabbed by Schley
and make a good tackle.
Did the hand warmer actually really work, though, Bryce?
No, absolutely not. No, there was.
I remember before the game, I went and bought the hand warmers and color warmers for the team leading up, and I think I bought the Moorhead Menards like out of everything they had.
Which has a pretty darn good
Yeah, I think I had like 8 or 10 of those little hand warmers in my hand muff, and nothing. Couldn't feel it at all.
Feel it. Hand finger just numb.
I'm surprised Jerry Ray didn't wear his big mittens that he would always wear at practice.
Man, he used to do them in practice, the big gloves. I actually got those. I kept them and remembrance of him for sure. I still got those gloves.
Coach, there are the third quarter numbers. I'm surprised you guys remember. I'm going to give my love to the special teamers, especially on a day like today. Great kick with the win to end the third quarter down to the 2-yard line. And like you said, after that touchdown, you're right back in this ball game.
Definitely big play on special teams there that pinned the field position, got them deep. 10-0 when they came and scored, for offense to march back, answer that going into the fourth quarter. At this point, you're trying to dig deep. It becomes about guts, I think, at this point. You're battling the cold, you're battling, the scoreboard. And I think that's kind of been our theme of, hey, we're going to turn this game into a game of guts all the time, whether it's 10 below, whether it's 110 degrees. We're going to outlast you and we're going to out-execute you. And, hopefully we see that coming up down here in the fourth quarter, which I just have a inkling we're going to see the Dragons outlast them here.
That's a good segue. A postseason berth is on the line for the first time in over 2 decades. The fourth quarter is yours next here on the Dragon Way.
When you get a news membership, you get all access. What does all access mean? For one low subscription rate, you can read and view all of the 20-plus Forum Communications news brands, including exclusive members-only live streams and virtual events. Simply become a member to get all your local and regional news from all of our online news sites, e-papers, apps, and more. Discover the benefits of All Access membership today.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise. Bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family. To provide options beyond the expected. To help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Welcome back to the Dragon Way. I'm Steve DeStacio with Wade, Abe, Coach, and today's guest, former Dragon quarterback Bryce Meal and cornerback DeAndre Taylor. Time for the fourth quarter. The Dragons are down 3, presented by Midco. Let's go.
We saw your text. It's the first play of the fourth quarter.
Bringing that pressure again like we had been all day.
By Wilkins. Oh, wow. Yes. I didn't know that either.
Hey, if it's working, just keep it going.
Right. I can't remember our exact adjustment, but we did try to obviously adjust for the quarterback run game mid-game.
He's short of the
We
first
obviously
down.
had prepared
Jason
for it.
Magnuson, one of the first.
Took a lot of hits too.
Yeah.
He makes the tackle, and St. Cloud State's going to
Big play right there.
Now that was another great job by the Dragon defense as they got off the ball on the defensive line.
Worse not wearing sleeves. I don't think I ever saw that guy wear sleeves once.
And also you had
Oh, Jordan?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he
1980s.
doesn't even do it in spring ball.
Jokum again.
Yeah, it's crazy if you don't wear sleeves for practice.
Give some room.
I wore a sweatshirt to practice like every day.
He's going to run. He's going to have a first
This
down.
was a big time play.
Look at them wheels.
Yeah, this is
On his feet across midfield. He'll get
What snow?
Full field position.
Felt pretty fast there. You moving.
And
Is that wind at your back?
Oh, yeah.
I love how you were running though, like when you were jogging back, you weren't even moving with one arm. Just
when he
like a
scrambled
one-arm man.
and he was able to go on the near sideline, pick up a big run and a big first down that allowed the Huskies to score their first 3 points. That, my friend,
St. Cloud State 40-yard line. It's Denver Colgrove. He got tripped up. And I got a geography degree. That's what's sad about
It's
it.
hard to get anything going in this weather. Right? One after one.
Here's my play. Yeah, we got 4th and 1, 4th and 2. Probably could have ran this one behind Andrew and scored, but what fun would that be? I mean, throw it up to sweep in this weather? Of course.
Throwing, long, sweep.
And then he brings it in with an insane one-handed catch. Can't even hang on to it after he catches it. I have no idea how he could catch it. But yeah, that was an incredible play.
That's a called QB run, and you just are like an RPO off of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was nobody left on their sideline there, so I could have ran that for a touchdown, 100%.
I remember distinctly, I asked the coaches, I'm like, hey, big call here, what do you guys think? And Rob made the suggestion, and I was like, great idea. And then we called it. And after the game, we were talking about the call, and Rob was like, yeah, I thought he was going to throw it to the guy at the top. I was like, yeah, I thought he was going to run it. And here, Rob just threw it to sweep. What the heck? So, you know what? That's part of the offense. You know, it gives freedom to the quarterback to make decisions.
Yeah, I mean, though, in our offense, if you, as a quarterback and receiver, if you can't complete that ball, like, you're not going to be able to play. So bring it out there, of course.
Hey, we practiced a ton, though. We practiced making those throws. You know what? You know, in the offense, and I think especially as a quarterback, you got to swing your sword, right? You got to be you. You got to own your. And you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and you know that time we live by the sword. That is what it is. I'm not going to take credit for the great call. You know, at the end of the day, made the play, so that was pretty sweet.
We got another good strand flexing into the camera there after that sack. I don't know. He must have been trying to impress somebody in the stands or something.
They got to blow guys off the line of scrimmage and pick up first downs.
Big game for a senior.
Yeah.
That baggy long sleeve T-shirt on.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a playoff game, you know, because you either win and you keep playing, or you lose and you go home, and the season's done. And so it's great to have that feeling. It felt like it. You could feel it. Like
missed him the first time, so he ran back the other way and made the tackle. 7-yard pickup. Watch 66.
No doubt there's more energy.
He's gonna miss him.
Yeah, we definitely picked it up.
And go get him down the
second.
That guy
ran on the left side of him.
Wildcat. There's Schley stopping Simons.
Kind of where we got into that ugly point a little bit here.
Yeah.
Meal throwing long, looking for Richter. He got it.
It's just
another great catch by JR.
And another 4th down and 1 or 2. That's 2 4th and short big time throws.
Again, Steve.
And big time catches.
The same.
Did you feel your arm after the game, Bryce?
Nothing.
I mean, it felt good after the game. That shot that was in my shoulder, that felt good for like 5-6 hours.
At the line of Simons.
Then after that, not so much?
No, it wasn't great. I don't think I threw a ball in practice for another week and a half.
That was the formation you had Jordan, wasn't it Jordan and Sal in?
Yeah. Got a couple D linemen in there to grind it out. Oh, gosh. That one scared me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on its way.
It's
And it's good.
Big kick by Joe.
Celebrating
Be about the 25-yard line for State.
Let me tell you, my mouth was full of fruit snacks at this point.
Right. Frozen, right?
Here, frozen fruit snacks chomping.
Complete. It's John Wallhorn feeling pressure. Overthrows his intended receiver and presented by BS.
Everything in front.
Wallhorn.
Literally.
With time. Throws.
Yeah, just more crazy plays, you know.
5 seconds left to go. Wallhorn.
Yeah, like even that incredible completion in this weather.
Killed him.
You're like, hey, at least go to overtime, you know, no touchdown.
Throwing long. Looking for a man. It's incomplete.
They want down right
here.
here.
He's got the wind here.
We're down. This is a huge shot for us. We just once we knew they missed, game over. We were so happy. All the work we put in, the offseason, winter workouts, you guys did us. We were just so excited for this moment. We made history. That's what we knew. We made history. We were sending the seniors off, making history. Won through the whole game, making history.
Run maybe one more play.
That was just a great feeling.
That's playing football.
Dragon fans will celebrate as they'll go
Let's
bowling
get
and
the chill
finish
still.
8-3.
Yeah.
Probably our best victory formation that we've had while taping this show and going over those
What
games.
an excellent day today for the Dragons.
The most winningest
You know,
senior
bringing
class,
back
right?
some prominence to
In-
football
In
here
Lockway's era.
at Shields Field.
These guys talked a whole bunch of smack during the game, and then in the handshake line acted like they didn't want to win. I'll have fun practicing for the next month. It's like, okay, guys.
How they performed on an inclement day.
Coach, there's your final numbers. Those 2 turnovers never moved. Both teams took care of the ball. I mean, this brings back so many great memories. You just heard Dre say he'd do it again, of course, but your team, I hate to use the cliche, but they did what you said they had to do, and that was find a way.
They did, and that's, I think, it's part of who these guys are, right? It's, it's in their DNA, and, it's like shines through. And I think the more adversity there is, the more you see the grittiness, the more you see that find a way attitude. And this obviously created a lot of adversity for that to shine through. And you know what, we did what we had to do. We found a way, and it was a great day for all of us.
Yeah, my stat of the game back then, it's still huge. I mean, it's just everything about the program. The 8-win regular season was the first one in 30 years. But then, again, I'm going to go back to the special teams love. I mean, Joe Chesvold made that kick to tie it. He made it by that much, but it went through. And then to win it, this is only the second Dragon kicker to make 2 field goals in the 4th quarter in the Steve Lockway era. The other one was Joe Chesvold in that overtime victory against Wayne State to keep this dream alive. So let's make sure we've given everybody the proper love that they should get. Joe Chesvold was a huge ball player in this game.
Without a doubt, and I would say it's not just him, but to be able to snap the ball, hold the ball, and get it kicked in, we got to protect it through that. But he came up big, and he was money, and he was a senior, and you know what? He had kind of said in talking to the team the night before, in his what we call box talk, is it's time for the program to move on to bigger and better things. And he brought in a brand new box. It was a big box, and he put the old box into the new box, and he said it's time for new things, bigger things. And you know what? And then he got his name called, and he went out there and knocked it home, and that's what we needed.
We've enjoyed this game. You know what? Let's do a little slow-mo. Let's relive the day one more time with a little thing we're going to call Game Day Gold. Cool stuff. What a game. What a moment. Bryce, what are your parting thoughts about that game?
I mean, it was a great team win. I mean, big a win as we've had in my time there. And just to get that win over St. Cloud and to go to a bowl game in one, it was just, an unbelievable experience.
Dr. Dre?
Yeah, like Bryce said, it was a great experience to be able to do what we did that year after the disappointing previous year and putting in the hard work. It showed. Obviously, we didn't want to turn out the way it did in the bowl game, but we proved something that year and continued on to. It was a great experience for me. I'd relive it again.
All right, Coach, no pressure. This is our final episode. You get the final word. So wrap up the Dragon way, especially as it pertained to this game.
Yeah, I think this game, I think about not just our whole team, but the seniors. And what they had been through in their careers. And I think about, the season before was a disappointing season for the expectations we had. And the off season was hard and it was a grind, and we pushed our guys and we challenged them, and they went to a different level, not just physically, but mentally. They went to a different level relationship wise, where they truly, I think, looked around the room at spring ball and said, wow, how are we going to win a game? We don't look very talented in here. We don't have very much talent. We're going to have to rely on being gritty. We're going to have to rely on, chemistry that somehow you add to an equation, and 1 + 1 = 3. And I think the bonds that these guys had, and they formed through that spring, through that summer, through the fall, is the only way that you can explain how they were able to overachieve at such a high level. And so, I don't think you wouldn't want anything more, whether it's out of a football team, whether it's out of a person in life, to overachieve, to be beyond what their potential is, and not just for themselves, but for each other. And I think that's, when you talk about the Dragon Way and being a great teammate, yeah, it was there. When you talk about finding a way, yeah, it was there. If you talk about keep getting better, yeah, they had to. That team had to, just to find a way to win. And then you talk about a bunch of just great guys that do what's right. Yeah, that's, those are guys that you love being around. You saw a lot of those pictures. My kids were in those videos. I love my kids being around our players. They were such great role models, great people. We talked about it at the beginning. They were in the schools before the Mineral Water Bowl. These are great young men that did great things while they're in Moorhead, and they're doing great things right now. And I couldn't be any more proud of the people that have been in the program and come out of the program and gone through it.
It was my privilege to watch this from afar. Many, many thanks to you, Bryce Meal, DeAndre Taylor, Wade, Abe, Coach Chris Needham behind the scenes, and the entire Dragon football team for this Dragon Way series. The executive producer of the Dragon Way is John Webking. Alex Nelson has done such a fantastic job directing. And for all the great folks at Go Team Productions, I'm Steve DeStatio. Thank you for watching the Dragon Way.
If you missed any of today's show, please visit msumdragons.com/thedragonway for all episodes, highlights, as well as game broadcasts in their entirety. That's it, the final episode of The Dragon Way. Again, we would like to thank Dragons Football, Go Team Productions, and the TV home of the Dragons, WDAY Extra. Finally, thank you again to all of our sponsors for their support. Thank you for watching The Dragon Way. Stay safe, and of course, go Dragons!